You're now listening to Black No Filter with
That's Why I'm Fab.
No IG Angela.
LGK Music.
All right, guys, and we're back. So, guys, do you know what happens in October, apart from it being the strangest month in terms of like the rainiest month and then the coldest month and the warmest month ever? What
When
else
was
happened?
it warm?
It's warm today.
It was okay, actually.
I've got short sleeves on.
It was okay.
And yesterday it rained for like 7 days. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Okay, fine.
But yeah, so what else happens in October? Anybody know?
My birthday.
Yes, it's your birthday. Mm-hmm. Lyndon, anything else?
In October,
Yep.
I'm still not employed.
Listen, everybody, Lyndon's employed you. Don't worry about Lyndon.
I'm not employed.
Lyndon,
You employed yourself. You're
Yeah, I
self-employed.
employed myself. Yeah.
Don't worry
Yeah.
about Lyndon. Lyndon, we need to be worried about ourselves. Lyndon is fine. October is Black History Month in the UK.
It is. Yes, it is.
And it's very exciting. And so at work, I am on the diversity steering group, task force, panel, whatever. And so we were talking about what we could do for Black History Month and how we're going to celebrate it, whatever. And then someone said, oh, but actually, isn't it in February? And I said, no, it's not. They're like, are you sure? And I said, are you sure? Are you sure that I don't know when Black History Month is? I said, trust me, I'm right on this. But obviously, they were
Did they
getting...
no, what you should have asked is, did you celebrate it in February? Don't ask me if it was in February, you didn't celebrate it then.
It's true, you know, to be honest.
How dare you?
Maybe we should be celebrating it twice a year.
Yeah, why not?
The Queen has 2 birthdays.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe we can do February and
It's White
October.
History Month the rest of the month. You can give us another month.
That's very, very true. That's
Well,
very true.
I do celebrate for both of them. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I
There's
do
the
too.
American one, which I do enjoy.
So
And
hold
then
on. How do you celebrate and enjoy the American one?
I just do.
Can I tell you how as well?
No, but hold on. That's when all the stuff happens because it's American.
That's
Yeah.
true. That is
So-
when a lot of stuff happens.
But can I tell you how? And this is the one thing that threw me off this month because I was actually quite disappointed. Do you know, in the February one, I look forward to all of like the Google animations, things that you know what happens when you type in Google.
Yeah.
October 1st, I looked, there was nothing.
But you know, Google are quite responsive. If you message them and ask them to do something, they will do it. So, didn't that guy for Juneteenth, he submitted something to Google and asked why there wasn't a Google image, cartoon, illustration, and then they commissioned him to do one. So Google are quite responsive.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes it works in organisations' favour to celebrate something. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I guess it depends on whether or not it's lucrative for them.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's Black History Month at work, and so because I'm on this like diversity group, I really wanted to figure out how to do something that was very engaging. And so at the moment we've got like a Black History Month Wall of Fame. So I sent the email out yesterday and I was really irritated with myself because I wanted to do it the first week of October, but it's just been a madness. So I sent it out yesterday and I was like, oh guys, it's Black History Month, blah, 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 blah. And I gave them the background as to why we have it separate to the one in America and how it started. And did you know it started as a week? Did you know that in America? Then it graduated to a month. And it was started over here in October by a Ghanaian guy called, I can't remember his name. Anyway, so that's why we have it in October. I wrote this whole paragraph and I said, if you want to go to like find out about other Black History Month events, click here. There's something happening, click here. If you want to find out about Black British like figures, then click here. And also I'll be bringing in food next week. And I sent it out and do you know what people replied to? What food are you bringing in? And when are you bringing it? I said, you idiots. Nobody cares about history. It's so
course they don't.
sad.
You should have a test.
I should.
Have a test.
I'm gonna have a test.
And if they don't answer the questions, they get no food.
Yeah. You know what? Let me do that. So basically what I've decided to do is every Monday we're going to add people to our Black History Month Wall of Fame. And so we have it in the central point in our office. So we only added 3 people this week. Next week it'll be 4, following week it'll be 5, etc. But yeah, I'm going to take them all down, do a pop quiz and ask questions because there's fun facts about each person. And then only after...
The people that get the best marks serve first.
Served first.
Yeah, and the people that get no marks, they have to get the
Perfect. I love
remaining.
it. Everyone at
Get
my webpage,
plantain
stay
chips.
ready. Plantain chips.
It's not plantain.
It is plantain.
Don't worry, let's not argue in Black History Month.
It's about unity, guys.
Yes, but unity.
Okay, perfect. Fantastic. So yeah, like how are you celebrating at your place, Angela?
Friend? There's no celebration over
Do you
there.
celebrate anything at your workplace?
To be honest, I haven't been there long enough. We celebrate wine a couple of times a week.
Why did they? What did? Why,
It's a
why
French
did you,
company.
Yeah, but why
They're really
wine?
obsessed with their wine.
Gosh.
Yeah.
When did you join?
It's over 6 months now.
Oh, so you're there in June.
Yeah, I was there in June.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Just wondering.
I don't think. I mean, to be honest, I haven't really. We celebrate like company stuff, but I don't think I've seen them celebrate anything. And to be honest, I'm the only black person. Actually, lies. So now, there was one other black guy who has been away from before I even joined the company because he had a stroke, and he came back. But me and him don't speak, which is really sad, you know.
Why?
Do you know the first day he walked into the office, like I felt like I was going to cry, like literally. I love a tear anyway, but to be honest, I literally saw him and I thought, oh my gosh, like you don't realize how much you need to see yourself represented in a space until you see that. And when he walked in and he just came back from like his rehab and blah 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 and like getting back to normal, and he walked into the office, I actually felt emotional. Fast forward about 3 months, the man has said like about 3 words to me.
Have you spoken to him, honey?
What do I said hi. I've said, I don't know, answered his work-related questions, but we don't work together. That's it. It's so sad. And I think also he has like a work persona or work voice. You'd never tell. Like, you know how you can tell people are black even when you don't see them? This one would be really, really hard to tell. Like, I really don't know if he really...
Not even the tone of his voice.
No, not really.
Wow.
Not really. It's really odd. Like, he sounds like a real Essex type.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really,
Interesting.
really... Yeah. So, anyway, back to how we're celebrating Black History Month. We're not doing it in any visible way. Maybe people are celebrating it in secret without me. But, no, there's nothing.
Well, how long have they even had black people?
I don't know. I
Exactly.
think he's actually been there from the beginning of when the company was set up in the UK, from when the UK office opened, which was about 10 years ago. But yeah,
Do you think they know it's Black History Month?
They've probably forgotten.
I think, do you know, there's a lot of young people, so I think they might know.
I don't think that makes a difference. I think they've probably forgotten.
Said it doesn't.
Maybe they knew at some point. Maybe they knew on. You might, like, if you're on Twitter, somebody somewhere has said something.
Listen.
I
My
think
last
you can
job
be
had
in
lots of
an
young
echo
people.
chamber
I know they don't know that it's Black History
Oh, really?
Month. I know
Well,
that.
yeah, maybe they don't. To be honest with you, I don't
don't-
fraternize
I've
much
never spoken
with the
about
people
it.
at work, so I don't know.
And my last
I know
job.
that my boss doesn't know, and I know that my direct colleagues don't know.
You know what?
Everybody
As
else I
we're sitting
don't
here
know.
talking, I'm actually thinking when I go to work tomorrow, I'm going to change my email signature. Yes, I am. I'm like, yes, I am.
We're not allowed to change ours.
Yeah, we have to
No,
have.
IT does it, and you don't even see your signature until you see someone respond to your email.
No way.
Yeah, I said, oh my gosh, I need to change my signature, and the man was like, no, we do that for you.
Oh no, we can.
Oh, we
change
had to do ours,
whatever.
but we all have to do a specific one. Everyone goes around and someone goes around and makes sure everyone does this particular.
Boy,
Yeah,
working
we
with
have-
chatty
we have
sex is
no-
a different kettle of fish, fam. Like, listen, we can do what we want. So, like, whatever, like, as in it has to be affiliated to the organization, but you can write text underneath it or whatever. But yeah,
I
I'm gonna
can't do that.
Really? What's
Can't
gonna
do
happen
that.
if
Oh,
you
sorry,
do?
I couldn't do that.
You can
At
do it
my
now.
old job, I could do it now.
You can do it now. Yeah.
That's
So
madness.
no celebrations.
Yeah, my old job didn't celebrate anything really. So except for Christmas party. That's it.
Yeah, it's true. Same.
That's about
and
it.
summer seminar, like, will all go away. They'll fly
Oh no,
as
well,
well,
yeah.
but
So we
that's
had
it.
like summer party and all that kind of stuff and blah blah blah. But yeah, there's nothing.
So
no
for those
month.
of you who don't know, Angela and Lyndon used to, and Angela works for corporate organisations. So they have these things called, sorry, what? Summer what?
There's a summer party and then there was an offsite and then there was
And an off-site and a Christmas party.
yeah, and
Do you know,
when you work in the
an event in April.
And a what?
So there are 4 main events.
They have an event. You know, they literally have an event each month, and people are flown out. People from across the world, everybody in that department is flown to a certain location. So in the summer seminar, we went to Valencia, and like we'll go randomly out to like cricket and stuff like that. Well, everybody want to go to cricket.
So when you work for a charity, you don't have any of that. There's no summer seminars. There's no off-sites. You don't. The Christmas party we have to pay for. And you know what they told me at work? I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. They said we're not having a Christmas party.
Wow.
Because people complained about the food. So actually, we are going to have something in our office, and then we're all going to go for drinks. Have you ever heard the madness?
I have.
That
In my
is
last office,
wild.
they were
Can you
like,
imagine?
nah. Yeah.
So I said the one
Nah.
time we're going, but bearing in mind, if we were going to have our Christmas party anyway, we were going to have to go and pay for it ourselves. Yeah, we have to pay for our own Christmas party.
No.
Yeah, like at very soon, you have to pay a £5 deposit.
No.
Yes, by like the 1st of November, and then you have like a month to pay off the remainder. It's still about £25 ahead.
I've only ever had 2 full-time jobs, and they both went hard for Christmas party.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My last job they didn't, but it's because they're going through like an issue that they'll slowly going.
My last one
downhill,
was
but
bigger.
This one they did.
The last one was much bigger.
Really?
A massive Christmas party.
I used to work for a very well-known software organisation, company, like whatever, and we had Girls Aloud at our Christmas party. We had
No,
Girls
really?
Aloud, Trevor Nelson DJ. We had Girls Aloud perform. We had loads of people. It was out of control.
I was always it was always a dress up. Obviously, I didn't dress up.
Like black tie dress up.
No. As in they dress up as something.
Like costumes?
Like a superhero or something.
Not a superhero. It's probably a gingerbread man. Why are you trying to spice it up?
Why didn't
Christmas?
You
Who dressed up as superheroes at Christmas?
why didn't you go as
They
Black
did.
Panther?
Black Panther wasn't
Wasn't
was it
out
a thing
yet.
then?
He was always around. Hello,
Oh yeah, he was.
He
but
was-
he wasn't.
he
in the
wasn't a thing
forefront.
then.
Andrew. You don't even know that.
He
Why
wasn't.
didn't you go as Doctor Strange?
I went as. But what was our? I think it was just famous people,
Mm-hmm.
and people were like, oh, who did you come as? I said, I don't know, Will Smith, Jay-Z, choose
Yeah.
one. I don't know. I don't care. That's what I said. I turned
I
up
love
in the leather jacket and shades and said, just choose one. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't care.
Linton, you've got a bad attitude, you know.
That's
Just choose
not-
one. I don't care.
I don't care.
This is why people don't want to celebrate us when it's us, because when you don't want to celebrate their Christmas, yeah.
Their Christmas.
Yeah.
Their Christmas.
To be honest, that's not how I celebrate my Christmas.
Christmas belongs to all, Angela. It belongs to all.
But yeah, my friend though, actually, so my friend does celebrate stuff in her workplace, but she called me and she said, I'm so frustrated, Angela. It's the 1st of October. I think it was one of the first days, and she said, these white people at work, they're not celebrating. They've said that we're not going to celebrate Black History Month, or basically they've ignored the fact that we're not going to. They're not trying to celebrate Black History Month, but they celebrated World Sandwich Day. She said, "I'm so angry," and she said, "I'm right now. I'm drafting an email
To HR.
to HR to ask why we're not celebrating."
She better redirect that because Sally from HR does not care.
Yeah, she said, "Andrew, do you think I should do it?" I said, "Why not?" I said, she said, "Listen, they're celebrating Sandwich Day. They've got full sandwiches. Everybody's got sandwiches. They can't celebrate Black History Month."
No, they can. They don't want to.
No, yeah, they don't.
They don't want to.
I realized that our HR person is actually all right, at the very end of my career there. Because I had an exit interview and realized, she's pretty cool.
Is she black?
No, she's white, but she's actually cool. But I didn't know
Our
that.
HR department is the most diverse department in the whole of my organisation.
Really?
And it's the smallest. Yeah, it's the smallest. And I don't understand how it's so diverse because. Again, I'm on this diverse group, and one of the things we wanted to do is to change our recruitment policies, like across lots of different things. So how we recruit, where we're looking to recruit, what the job description looks like, all those sorts of things. And I said, I don't understand why, when we're recruiting in every other department at my organisation, we're not getting anybody diverse. But the HR department is the most diverse. When you walk, you're just like, wow. I just feel like this is United Colours of Benetton. What's going on? Everybody, every colour, every shade, every nationality, every ethnicity, every creed, like every language. It's I don't understand it. But our HR department's rubbish, and I said that with my full chest and my shoulders. It's out of control. But yeah, I think your friends should email HR. I mean, I've decided to celebrate Black History Month at my organisation, and I haven't told HR because it's not their business.
Well,
It's not like they're not gonna do anything. They're not gonna support, and anything I do, they're gonna ask me to write an article or a blog for our internal communications, and I don't want to. So it's a no from me. But yeah, like I wonder if celebrating Black History Month should be made mandatory for people. Like we all come to work.
You can't make any of that
Why?
mandatory for anyone.
Why?
You can't force someone to celebrate something.
They force me to celebrate
Unfortunately.
Christmas. They do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. They give me. I can't work on Christmas Day. Therefore, I'm forced.
You'd like to work on Christmas Day?
I don't want to. But I'm just saying.
Some places work on Christmas Day, you know?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Who works on Christmas Day?
The
Doctors,
Chinese shops.
that's their choice. That's
Yeah,
definitely their
Chinese
choice.
shops, they are open. It's true.
Talking about people not celebrating Black History Month is really making me angry now.
But how do we want
But
people to celebrate
we're
it?
already on
though?
the 16th. We're halfway through. I can't get angry now.
Yeah,
course
it's too
you
late.
can.
It's the 15th.
It's not too late. I made them celebrate it on Monday. I told them straight.
No, I can't do it in the middle. What I need to do is wait until the end, like on the 31st, and say, so nobody said once to me, Happy Black History Month.
So, what?
Yeah, I'm going to say, I need to wait to the end. I can't do it in the middle.
You need to get a badge made. You need to get a badge made
Yeah.
and walk around saying Happy Black History Month to people.
Some people are already scared to approach me.
Why?
Yeah.
Why are they scared?
But I think they don't know how to approach me. Plus, because I don't fraternize with any of them.
They don't know how to approach you because you're black.
Yeah, and I'm not. I don't get super familiar with any of them, so they just like.
And
a
you
bit
don't get drunk
bewildered.
with them. And getting drunk
Nope.
with them is a nice way for them to
Yeah.
figure you out.
Yeah, actually, I had to do some work with some of them. So we did a charity type like it was a breakfast morning for like doing breakfast for the homeless in Whitechapel. And that's the first time I talked to a lot of them, and they were like, I think they were like, oh my gosh, actually, she's alright. But apart from that, I'm not eating lunch with you. No, I don't want to sit downstairs with you. No, I don't want to chat with you like that after working hours. No,
Yeah.
just no. Do you want to come down for lunch? No. Do you want to come out for a drink? No. I want to go outside and walk and decompress. That's all.
Do you think we cause our issues ourselves then?
What about?
Oh.
And when we join a company, and then they ask us for drinks and for lunch, and we refuse, are we not?
I go sometimes. I do go
Oh, you do?
sometimes. Yeah. Like I'll go. The first time they asked me, I went. If it's a big company, like if the whole office is going, I'll go. But on a general basis, do you want to sit downstairs in the canteen or in the kitchen and eat lunch? No, I don't, because that's still work. That's not a lunch break. Are you gonna give me a lunch break after that? No, you're not.
It
So I'm gonna
depends.
take
It depends who you go with, though.
No, I don't want to go with anyone.
Because I don't. Well, no, we don't eat with any. My old job, my job that I just left, we didn't eat with anyone. Everyone, we just get our food delivered to our desk and whatever.
Again, everybody. Lyndon
That's a
used to
madness.
work for a private
That's a madness.
organisation.
Listen,
Are you alright?
I don't know about that one either.
Should I tell you? Lyndon told me that basically it was like Uber, innit? That's what you told me. And when he told me
Of course,
that,
it's
I
nice.
was
You
called
get a
seamless.
choice of restaurants.
There's
Bloody
two.
hell.
There's two restaurants you choose from each day. Anyway,
I'm in the wrong industry.
anyway,
Friend?
yeah, but there's a lot that you pay for that.
Yeah.
I have to get there. I have to get there 8 o'clock.
I could do
no
that.
late. Oh, really?
No.
I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that.
8 o'clock every single day, and then
I
you're
say,
there
listen,
till 7
I'll
o'clock.
bring my chapati, I'm okay.
No.
Let me get in at 9:30. I'll bring my chapati. Thank you.
Yeah. No way. But yeah, but then my job before that, I had friends that I went to lunch with. If I didn't feel like going with them, I just wouldn't. But near the end, there was a guy that I went to lunch with every single day because he was just cool.
person.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So it didn't feel like work because it's not.
Yeah.
We're just chilling.
I think you need to have lunch with somebody in your workplace who you can be real and honest with.
Yeah, exactly.
Because otherwise you will actually go crazy. And let me tell you, a working while black is a very serious scenario and it's a hard one. But I remember ages ago, I must have said to you guys, oh, there's a new black person in my not in my department, but like in the organisation. So I don't want to try and say hello to them. And it's like, oh, when should I say hello? And you're like ASAP. And I said, oh,
Yeah.
but you know what? I've tried to say hello to them, but they're not interested. they're not interested. So I tried to say hello like at the kitchen, and they're just not interested. And then today, actually, I was walking out to have lunch with my friend, and there's another black person who works in, and I've had a few meetings with him, not one-on-one, but like in a larger setting, and I'm all trying to like smile. And then I came out of the toilet and I was like, oh, hi. And he just looked me straight in my morning as if, how dare you say hi to me? And I thought, what? I've been here longer than you. It's not just you.
Was he walking with somebody that...
He was walking by himself.
Rah, that's rude.
It was just me and him in the corridor. And I thought, I was like, rah. I mean, I know I've changed my hair, but there's only so many black people. Like, I don't understand it. So...
I don't understand that. I've never...
I think
I'm
it's
trying
so
to think... I'm really
rude.
trying to think back. I don't think in my working career I've ever had someone that I go to lunch with religiously that I feel comfortable with.
Really?
Nope. In my first job, actually, there were two black people. One was my manager, and it was inappropriate for us to go and have, there was three at one point, and it was appropriate for us to go and have lunch together all the time because, like, she used to speak to me after hours, after everybody had gone, because she didn't want to look as if she was favouring me. Everybody else got on my nerves, or the majority of them.
That she has to do that?
And she purposely said, I can't stand at your desk when everybody's here because people have started to realise and they think I'm favouring you, so we need to talk after everybody's gone. My next job, it was a really small office and I was the only female. I didn't really want to go to lunch with any of the guys, and they were older than me, much older than me. And in this job, I just feel like sometimes people are watching me, kind of like nearly not like a zoo, but like nearly like trying to suss me out. And I feel like I've been here for so long now that I just feel like I won't relax. I have to put on a persona. I'm waiting for someone to be hired. That I feel like that when that day comes, and God forbid it's a black person, they'll be like, well, I knew she was racist. She never came down and had lunch with us. Now the black person comes, she wants to come down. I just hope there's someone maybe who's hired, and like I feel like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to go to lunch and speak to the person.
So
You've got to not care about what other people think.
No, I don't. That's why I go out every day and run my errands.
As in, if a black person comes in,
yeah,
and you start going to lunch with them,
yeah,
are you going to care that the white people are looking?
Not really. Hopefully, the person really is an amazing person, and then I don't really care anymore.
Fine.
Yeah.
You got to not care, because when me and I was starting to say his name, my boy Terrell, right? When we used to go lunch.
Not Terrell.
Terrell, he's black. He's black.
Shout out Terrell.
Shout out Terrell.
It was obvious that we were rolling deep, but I just didn't care. Like, what are you gonna say?
Yeah.
The two black boys are going to lunch together. What are they gonna do about it?
Gang.
Yeah, what are they gonna
Gang
do?
of black boys. Yeah. No, it's true. Like I say.
It's also good if you go to lunch with someone that, because we were in different departments, but also if you're at like similar levels.
That's
and
exactly.
there's a group of people on that level.
Yes, exactly.
And you can talk about your superiors together.
Yeah. The other black man is actually quite senior. So literally, if we were going to lunch together and we don't work together, and then there's a gap in, like, it'll just be just because we're black. And that's, can I just make it clear that I'm not waiting for another black person to come to work so I can spend time with them. I just want any just calm, normal, nice person. They are nice people, but you just have a lot in common, and it'll just be by force. No one has time to do by force,
But
especially when
it's
you're
the
not getting paid for
unspoken
your lunch
rules
hour.
of working. Like I think in the UK, like people want to spend a lot of time together. People want to go for drinks after work. People in my office go for drinks every Friday, and I just don't understand it. Like that really confuses me. But I think spending time together with people and developing really close, intimate friendships with people that you work with is like it's just an expectation of people in the UK, and I find it very strange. I think that's the thing that I find the weirdest about like working in the office or like working while black. Actually, my deepest friendships are rarely with people in the office. Don't get me wrong, I have some really good friends. I really do. I've got about 4 really good friends in the office, and they're my friends that I will stay friends with whenever I move on to my next role and take over the world in Jesus' name. But yeah, like I've got about 4 good friends I will keep on contact with, and we chat outside of work, and I've got their numbers and all the rest of it. But the rest of them, they're all very nice, but I don't need to have a deep friendship with you. But I think for them, they want to have this,
because
they want to have
actually
this great relationship. And
But I
I'm
think
like, no.
it's weird to us because our lifestyle's not the same as a regular, the average Joe's lifestyle. Like, to be honest with you, after they finish uni, and they start working, or whatever time they start working, the majority of their life is spent at work, and so, and it was ours as well. But that's the ground to make friendships and stuff like that. People don't necessarily have, say, tight relationships with their extended family. That maybe don't have a large extended family, so they're not going to see their cousins and stuff like that. They don't like maybe have a lot of extra. What's it called? I was about to say extraterrestrial. My God, they don't have any like extra, not curriculum because they're not in school, but they don't do anything much outside of work sometimes, or whatever they're doing outside of work has a link to work. So maybe it's like the work basketball club or the work football club, and so everything is linked to work, and so you might as well make your friends at work. If you don't have a significant other, that's your main interaction is work time. Whereas for us, it might be different. Like it's outside of work. Actually, I feel like my life starts when my job finishes for the day. Yeah.
But you can only really make friends outside of work anyway. Even if they're from work, you'll make friends outside if you're having drinks with them or if you're having lunch with them. That's when you actually make friends with them, not inside the office.
So, Angie, you're going to have to go for drinks with the new person.
Goodness gracious me. Let me tell you something. Right now, my communication with my actual friends is on terrible level. On the level that is below sea level. Like, my friends are waiting for me to text them back from last week. That's actually, my lunch break is used to keep the connections I do have. Yeah, so I don't know. Let's see. Maybe God will send me someone that I need to be friends with at work. I'm not looking for it though.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to. I guess it depends on your age as well. Because when I started working, I was early 20s, and I mean, you'll make friends quickly then, but then you lose them because the people at my last job, the first one I had, I don't really speak to them apart from one, the same one, Terrell. And I just spoke to him like 2 weeks ago.
Shout out to Terrell again. He made it on here twice.
Huh?
He made it on here twice.
Made it here twice.
Does he listen?
I doubt it.
Oh, we're not going to shout. Terrell, delete.
I'll let him know that it's on. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't really speak to many of them. The latest job, just because there's Instagram now, you might be in touch, but I don't really talk to them. Yeah. It's difficult.
But guys, do you think that we encounter any challenges that are specifically, that's correct, that we have to overcome because we're black? Or do you think we are just encountering things and it's just perhaps like heightened more because we're black? Like, are there specific black things that we're dealing with because we're black in the workplace?
Only socially. The work is work. Work is. But actually depends on the nature of your work. If you're working in finance like I was, then it doesn't really change. But socially, then it can be a bit difficult because you can't have random conversations with people that don't really see things your way.
Or meaningful,
yeah.
I mean, you can, but I feel like I'm not going to see something on like, I don't know, I'm not going to see something or hear something and be like, oh my gosh, and I don't have to think about it first. Figure out if the person will even know what I'm talking about, or if I need to say it in a different way for them to really get what I'm meaning. Like, it's that's what I think. It's just the effort. I think also I feel like, personally, in my experience, I feel like I've not been taken at face value, or maybe I've been taken at just face value in the way I'm black. But I feel like sometimes when I say things or when I'm approaching a situation, sometimes I feel like people are nearly like trying to analyze, is this how? Because I think my sister said, you have to remember that some of these people don't interact with black people in their outside of work life.
Of course they don't.
So you are maybe some, if not, the few. If not the first, but the first couple, their close interaction with black people. And I feel like sometimes that's why it puts me off, because I feel like there's that barrier, there's that kind of gap where someone's looking at me and they're not seeing Angela saying something. I sometimes feel like I'm just representing the whole black nation, or a young black female from London, and I just feel like, goodness gracious.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, and so
but you're not though. You got to remember that you're not.
I know, I'm not.
You might feel like that, but you got to throw that out of your head. Otherwise, you'll be doing all kinds of craziness. You can't think like you've got black people on your shoulders. You can't think like that. It's not fair.
Maybe that's what it is.
They don't have to think that, because there's so many of them. You don't have to think about that either.
Yeah. It's like even a weird thing. Like we were sorting out, like I said in the last episode, sorting out the Christmas party, and it happened to be after so many different things had happened, we ended up now holding it in a Caribbean restaurant. Now, my God, now, the group that was deciding on that, the person who decided that was a white English girl. But when it was presented to some of like the senior people, they looked at me as if they were like, oh, they looked directly at me when it was taught. And I just thought, for goodness sake, it's like us saying we're going to an Italian restaurant and I'm looking at you, I don't know, Sally. Oh, you picked the Italian restaurant, didn't you? Why? You're not Italian. I'm not Caribbean, and I wasn't against it. And I was actually happy to. I even had my reservations initially because of the actual place, but it doesn't matter. And people like a lady actually came to like where we sit, and when my manager told her, she kind of made like nearly a disapproving like sound. And looked at me, and I just felt like the success of this event is resting on my shoulders, even though it's not me who initially picked it. I shouldn't have even been in the organizing process. I was given one task, which I have done hopefully excellently, sorting out music.
Yeah.
But like I just feel like, so that's the thing. Like you can't even anything black. They just attribute it to you,
It's the weight of carrying the responsibility,
exactly,
and the expectations of all things about black culture, music, everything. Whether you're African, Caribbean, like wherever. That is that added responsibility that you just that like Lynn said, you shouldn't take on. But let's just be real and be honest. I definitely take some of that on. I'm very much aware of it. That's why sometimes I do very strange things at work that I would never do outside of work, because I'm just thinking, I just need to remember that actually, rightly or wrongly, some people are watching me thinking this is how black people are. Like I definitely think that, which is why I'm so funny about certain things. I'm like, don't talk about my hair, don't touch my hair ever. I'm not a performing clown for you. Like sometimes I'm a bit OTT with things, and actually in real life I'd be a bit more relaxed about it. But I don't know. It's a weird one. I think it also depends on where you work and like the kind of job that you have. Do you know what I mean? And I have a few friends who are doctors, and some of the things that they tell me about like working while black is insane. Like, or just having to deal with people's reactions to you. I think it's really difficult. And even when people are out and out racist, so I have a friend who went to Norfolk and Norwich, and she said, I would walk into the room and people would say, oh, I don't want the coloured person treating me. And they'd talk to like the nurse and say, I'm not having that coloured person treat me. You have to treat me. And the nurse who would be white would say, I can't. I actually can't. Like, you need the doctor. And they're like, well, I don't want them. And so, like, if someone said that to me in my office, I'd tell them to get out. I'd be like, okay, you need to leave. We're not going to have that kind of racist behaviour. But actually, in the NHS, you just have to still treat that person with respect and say, I can either treat you or I don't have to treat you. It's up to you. You can't refuse
the power
to treat
that a doctor
someone
has.
Right.
You don't tell them that you don't want the coloured person, because it takes a lot of self-control.
But they're not.
Wait, hold on. What are you saying? What are you saying?
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You don't want me to treat you? Okay.
Okay.
They're not even allowed to say, I don't want to treat you. They have to treat you. With them calling you whatever. They can say, if you don't want to be treated, you can go to someone else. And there might not be another doctor in this part of Norwich. So you're going to have to wait.
Or
but
you could just
they can't say,
subscribe them some extra pills.
Or placebos.
And this is why you guys aren't doctors. This is why you work in music and you work in finance.
You'd be like, we just got your results back. I don't think you want to hear this one. I have them screaming for an hour and they'd be like, there's nothing actually. You've got a cold. You've got a cold. Ha!
God forbid you guys ever work
I'm telling you.
in medicine. Awful.
That's an extra dose of
I'm glad I didn't end up in medicine, because that was close.
You lot ain't got no bedside manner at all.
I'll tell you everything. I was like, oh my God, I've never seen results like this in not even when I was training. Wow. Where have you been? The Congo?
Angela.
Woo! So what I'm going to need to do is crush these leaves up, put it under your bed.
I just want to say the view shared by Angela and Angela's alone.
No. And mine.
Angela and Linda's together.
Yeah.
You guys have those
telling
views
you.
together. Those are not my
I don't want
views.
that coloured doctor. You
Yeah.
will learn today.
What? That's nothing.
Do you know what I mean?
You will learn today.
That's nothing.
I'll make
Next
them
time,
learn
I'm
somehow.
gonna give you something to tell you. I don't want to colour. So next time I say, actually, you know what? That's right, because the last time the way I treated you, I'm giving you something
Yeah.
to say. I'm gonna
Yeah.
give you a reason. You know how your mum said you're crying? Do you want me to give you a reason to cry? I'm gonna give you a reason to refuse a black doctor. Yeah.
But it's a madness, and I think it is just like your workplace sometimes will dictate how you can respond to things, and it's not fair as a black person. Like it's unfair, but it's just like not another burden to carry, but it's just something that I think we are all just aware of, and we just learn how to navigate fluently from a young.
But you know when you play situations out in your head, like what would my reaction be if they play like niggas in Paris and stuff like that, and I will literally be waiting to see
Oh,
the
yeah.
rest of my office
Yeah.
saying niggas in Paris.
No, I tried that. I've tried that a couple times.
Why?
They always don't say it. So.
Really? The Beyonce, we went to Beyonce concert in Manchester.
Everyone was
and
singing it.
Everybody said, nigga, hell no.
Yeah.
And I said, pardon? 13-year-old girls from the Preston. Yeah? Nigga, hell no. I said, where? Nigga, hell no from where?
What? When I went to see Beyonce in
check it
London,
out.
everyone was singing it. And my sister told me the other day, how old is she? 15. She was like, people play the songs in her school on purpose to say the N-word. Hello? Like,
Well, but
listen,
they-
I don't
they
know
create-
what kind of
they
echo
create
chamber
these
you were
films.
working in. I think you're working with some very, like...
Well, it's a small firm, so things really. I mean, if it's a lot of people, then you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it from someone. But when it's a few people, then obviously no one's gonna make that mistake.
I mean, to be very honest with you guys, we don't have Christmas parties like that in my organisation.
Where they play niggas
This
in
was at
Paris.
this was at the offsite in Greece.
And we don't have offsites in Greece. We don't have offsites in London.
Listen, your offsite is leaving work at 6 o'clock every day.
Yeah,
That's the offsite that I want.
and turning up at 10 o'clock.
Guys,
I
get to
turn
work
up at 10
early
o'clock
now.
anyway.
I get to work early
I
now.
cannot.
I got to work at 9:30 today, and I was so happy with myself.
Well done.
Honestly, I even stayed later. Anyway,
Yeah, but yeah. What was I gonna say? Forgot what I was gonna say. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, I think about the whole scenario and I think about what my reaction will be. I've actually played in my head what my response will be.
what are you gonna say?
No, it's not a response, it's a look of death. I look at you like, are you alright?
No. You just
like-
challenge them with
choose.
questions. You
Why-
challenge them with
The question is,
questions.
why are you saying the word nigger when you're not black? That is the only response you can say. To
Yeah, but he was so paralytic drunk, he was just not even worth it, and someone tackled him. So
Not with-
that
not
was
with
that.
drunk people.
In other situations where this young guy he asked me because I was talking about Jamaica. He's like, oh, but what don't you think that your life is so much better now that you're here?
Huh?
Yeah. 'Cause
Now that you're
now
here.
that I'm here,
Now that you're here.
Friend.
and then I let him have it. I gave him a little lecture, and he never messed with me again.
You know why that was important, boys and girls and friends? Because you need to let people know when they've crossed the boundary,
Yeah.
and you need to very swiftly remind them, as eloquently as you want to, don't ever make that mistake again. So when you're at your work office party and they're out here singing niggas in Paris, you need to swiftly remind them, no, that's not for you, ever. Don't ever say that in my presence. In fact, don't ever say that ever in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think there are some people who genuinely need to be what's the word? Softly educated on what is appropriate, what's not appropriate to say.
My education went soft with him. It wasn't soft.
Some people just need a slap.
I slapped him with words.
Say that again.
Slapped him with words, and that was that.
I believe that. Lyndon, I think you can slap people with words.
Yeah,
I think
I
I've
did do
witnessed
that.
it.
I was very angry, but yeah. Oh, one situation was a little bit disrespectful, but this is the top boss that did it, and he was talking about. I was sitting with Steph, and he was talking about how when he was growing up, he could never get girls with girls like Steph. And he's talking about black girls now.
What?
Because he doesn't have
Did he say black? Did he say girls like Steph?
He didn't. Yeah, he said girls like Steph. Yeah, that's what he
What?
said. But I know what he meant.
That's not
And then he was talking about the fact that he doesn't have the equipment. He doesn't have the equipment.
What?
Black men do. That's what he was talking about.
Emmanuel, are you telling me the truth?
I'm
tell you the
too
truth.
young to hear this. I can't hear it anymore.
That's what he was talking about. And this is the top boss, you know.
Are you joking?
The top boss.
He
top
said, I don't have equipment.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Listen,
I mean, no, that's not the
if
words
I
he
hear a
said.
conversation like
Sorry,
that,
I don't remember the words that
so
he said.
he didn't even say equipment. He said something else.
Said something else. Yeah.
That's disgusting.
He didn't say the actual word. He didn't say the actual word. but I know what he's talking about. He was talking about back when, because remember he's a white South African, right? So he was talking about when he grew up in South
that's
Africa
even worse.
and the naked black South Africans that he grew up around with their equipment, what they had. He was like, oh my gosh, wow,
Let me tell you
right? So that's
something.
what he's talking about. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna tell everybody I know, everybody that you said that, everyone. They didn't say it, I just laughed. It was like,
I wouldn't
yeah.
have laughed.
Do you know what? If I was sitting there,
would've got
what were you
left.
eating?
Why would I
I would
not
have
laugh?
had an anaphylactic shock. I would be an anaphylactic shock right there and then.
He was
Someone had to give me an EpiPen.
also drunk, but he was also degrading himself, right? So I was like, okay, fine, do what you're doing, but I'm telling everyone else what you said.
They're both over sexualizing black women.
Yeah.
You're absolutely wild. I'm literally.
Not women, my wife. That's Linda's wife, you know.
He said like Steph.
She wasn't my wife.
He
yet.
said
It
like,
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He
Doesn't
said like
matter.
Steph.
It was talking about. It was it was sitting with me and stuff.
Hi, hello,
I've
hello.
had
He was
Hi,
getting very excited
hi.
about stuff.
If I don't punch
Anybody
you
who's
inside
out there
your
listening
throat.
to me, listening to the sound of my voice, as the pastors say, I'm going to need anybody who wants to be my potential. If this conversation ever happens to us, I'm going to need to either have a swift exit and exit stage left, or you give them a swift, I don't know,
punch inside the
I'm gonna
throat.
punch
them in
I'm-
the
hold on.
esophagus,
I'm
please.
gonna punch the highest boss in my. I'm really gonna do that.
I gave you two options.
Wasn't gonna do that.
No, I gave you two options.
Wasn't
And the
gonna do
first
that.
option was to make a swift exit, stage left. We either leave immediately or something's going to happen.
I told you already. I'm going.
'Cause if
to
you don't
anaphylactic
punch
shock.
them
But if you think about, but the thing
Anaphylactic
is,
shock to collect me, you're either coming with me, or
if you don't punch them in the esophagus,
but
I am going
the
to.
thing is, the one I kind of agree with him. Like he's probably
not the
telling the
point.
truth.
It's just
No,
inappropriate.
number one, number two, it was inappropriate. Yeah, but he was also drunk. So everything in that place is gonna be inappropriate. I just told everyone what he said, so everyone knows what kind of person he is. That's that.
I'm in shock. My honestly, my eyes have popped out of my head and they're on the floor. I don't know what to do with myself.
This is 4 years ago.
It
so
doesn't.
I'd
Did
been
he have
there.
a partner? Did he have a partner?
Of course he does.
Okay.
Was the partner there?
Yeah, of course she was. She wasn't there in that conversation, but she was there.
I've just had enough. I've had enough.
Disrespect knows no bounds. Rah.
I just want to ask a question. Do you think?
Alcohol's from
Can
the
I ask a
devil.
question? Do you think if a black person said that
Said
and
what?
said what your boss said to you?
What did he say to me?
He said that when he was growing up, he looked at the other Africans and knew that he didn't have the right kind of equipment
Yeah.
to get girls.
He's probably talking the absolute truth.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he's not talking the truth. What I'm saying is, if a black person had said that, a black man, to someone else who wasn't black, do you think it would have been laughed off and be like, oh, it's just because they're
Well,
drunk?
it depends.
What does it depend on?
It depends what situation, what position they're in.
Oh, so it's all about seniority.
Obviously.
No, it's not about race.
And
Well,
race.
I mean, yeah. It's about race. I'm like the only black person in the company, but he's also the owner of the company.
Yeah.
The owner. He personally owns the
Yeah.
company.
Mad. Do you know what? I'll just say the blood of Jesus is against you. Thunder fire.
Like I said, I give everybody two options. We can either exit stage left swiftly, or I don't know how to act. I don't have it. What? I don't understand. I actually don't understand what you're telling me. I'm still confused. I don't get it. I don't understand. My brain hurts. It's not okay. No.
I wasn't really angry though. I was like, he's just showing himself to be a bit of a chump, really.
He is. It's true. Actually, maybe
Jeez.
silence, and just looking at him dead in the face. Like
I really
wow.
Yeah.
struggle with that. Yeah, but guys, you know I struggle with silence in the face of issues anyway. I'm like
Yeah,
a
but
social
he's
justice
showing himself
warrior.
to be a bit of a chump. Why am I going to be angry at that? Like, you're being an idiot. Be an idiot if you want to be an idiot.
Yeah, I need a bit of that wisdom because I don't possess it yet.
That's
That's why
I've seen women on Real Housewives and Basketball Wives throw tables for way less than that.
No, you haven't.
If the spirit of throwing tables
you
comes to
haven't.
it, I will tip the table over. Everybody's drink is going.
But I think women do that.
What?
I think we're quick to react to things and be like, what, and that's
Listen,
why
I
said,
had 4 years left of that job, so I had to
yeah, no, you had to, Lyndon,
Go
you
and
made the right
collect your
decision.
money.
First of all, the wedding was coming up, so I need to keep that money so I could pay for that wedding and pay for living in a house as well. So
Yeah,
and
it's
just get
true.
that money.
Sometimes you have to calculate. If you can do that quick maths and you can do it before you say
Get the
something,
money and
then
leave.
Go
So
ahead,
here's,
do
so
quick
here's,
maths.
do you know who was doing quick mash yesterday? Do you know who was doing quick mash yesterday and deciding whether or not they should keep their job or they should?
Who?
You know who was doing that? The England players. That's
Well-
what they were doing.
Well,
They would.
on.
Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Wonderful.
I was trying so hard. But guys, let me tell you, the England players were doing quick mash yesterday.
Yeah.
And honestly, again, I don't know how I would have reacted. Let me tell you for free. I really like volleyball, yeah? Let me tell you something.
Do you?
I love volleyball.
Oh
Love
my
it.
gosh, you never told me this.
No, you know.
Now I know. We'll talk after the,
my
after the
gosh,
podcast.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
So I love volleyball, yeah. If I was playing volleyball at an international level, yeah, and I'm an athlete and I'm being paid to represent my country in a different country, and I'm at an away game, and some idiots think they're gonna come to this game and try to racially abuse me. Do you know what's happening? Everyone's getting a slap. Everybody's getting a slap.
Everybody's
Front row, second row, third row, fourth row, fifth row.
Everybody come down.
I'm gonna call my
and collect
sisters,
your
and they're gonna
slaps.
come and slap you too. Are you alright? You wanna try and racially abuse me?
I understand
Me?
that.
Do you know who I am? I can't even fathom it. So yesterday when I was watching, I said I wasn't watching the game. Yesterday when I was reading, because I was somewhere else and I was reading the Guardian's commentary, my blood was boiling. My blood
Was
was
it really boiling?
yeah. I was getting really
I was
angry.
like, I expect it to happen, but the same thing. England won 6-0. So
yeah, they did. They smacked
what?
them.
What do these guys win from their little Hitler poses? What do they win from that?
No,
They lost.
Of course, yeah, but
They got slapped up.
for me, the question is, okay, so for those of you who don't know,
I was gonna
perhaps
say,
who
so
don't
you
follow
need to
football,
give
Linton,
people
can you summarize succinctly, please? Because I'm not great at succinct summaries.
It was Bulgaria versus England. England was slapping up Bulgaria, and Bulgaria had a few fans in the stands that were putting their hands up in a Hitleric.
Nazi.
Come with the new word.
Wow, new word. In a Hitler fashion. You know, their hands up in a Hitler fashion. I'm sure they were chanting. I'm not sure what the chants were, but they heard them. But there are new protocols that need to be held, that need to be followed in UEFA. So that happened twice, I think.
And the players heard and also reported it to the referees.
That's part of the protocol.
Oh, so when they hear it, they meant to ask the referee, can you hear that?
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So my whole thing was this, and this is what was people were asking the question, should the players have walked off yesterday during the match, given that they followed the protocol and they reported it twice? I think there was an announcement made in Bulgarian. Is that the language they speak? Oh, I'm going to go with it. Bulgarian, to say, could those people, like, you naughty school children, stop making those racist remarks to people, idiots. Like, that's going to achieve anything. I don't know if it calmed down afterwards, but my question is,
The second half was calm.
the second half was calmer, but I don't think it wasn't eradicated, was it? We don't know.
The players say they didn't hear anything in the second half.
Okay, so we don't know. But my question is, there was a lot of, like, some of the referees, some of the commentators, and then some people from across the world of football, like internationally, was saying, should they have walked off? There's so many things to consider. Walking off incurs a financial repercussion for every player. Should the black players have walked off together? Should all the players have walked off together? There was, I think I saw a comment that said that the Bulgarian captain went over to some of the fans like, can you please stop? Can you please stop making these racist remarks? But they just didn't care. They're like, we're going to do what we're going to do. And so I guess it's a question of how much do you have to put up with before actually your place of work? Like, how much should you have to put up with in your place of work before actually it's just deemed, I'm not going to do this anymore for much longer. You're being racist. I'm not having it. I'm making a swift exit. Because I can do that in my office very easily. Lyndon, you work around and you're a music producer and musician. You can do whatever you want.
And a writer.
And a writer. Anything
All
else?
right, okay. Yeah.
I don't think you want that in, you know.
No, you can say what you want. I do it.
Oh, he
It's
does.
real.
He does it
It's real.
all. And Angela, you can also, like, do you know what I mean? Like, Lyndon, it's up to you whether or not you feel like people are being racist to you, and you can make the appropriate.
It's different for me because I only work with people I want to work with.
There you go.
So that's it.
I don't have that luxury, neither does Angela. But even still, if I feel like someone's being racist to me, again, I'm going to ask you to make a swift exit because I don't know how to act. Because honestly, I'm not going to have anybody making any kind of racist remarks to me. And I tell people to their face, what you're saying is inappropriate and I've given you, this is the first time I'm going to tell you. You do it again and we're going to have a serious problem. I don't care who you are. I mean, I went to that to my CEO, but actually, I rarely see her, number one. And number two, I think she doesn't come across like that. But these England players are out here working. This is like their place of work on a field. And I just feel like there needs to be a better protocol about what's deemed to be an acceptable way to behave.
I think they know what's the acceptable way to behave, but I think it needs to be better guidelines on how much needs to be tolerated before you can now walk off without any repercussions for any of the team. Because I actually feel like maybe they should have cleared the stadium and they should have continued the game with just the referees.
Oh, okay.
I think
Yeah. Why isn't that something that happens?
I don't know. And
It's very new. It's very new that they're actually dealing with it though. This has been going on this is going on forever.
Yeah, I mean, John Terry said that when he started playing, they used to literally like make monkey noises.
John Terry.
John Terry?
John Terry was, I think, the wrong person.
Sorry, what's his
John
name?
Terry's white.
Who's the person I'm talking about?
I don't know who you're talking about.
You talking about the one that played for Arsenal?
Yeah. Lyndon.
Sol Campbell,
No.
the one who
The one that's on TV all the time.
Yeah.
Ian Wright,
Yes.
No.
Oh no, that's why.
Rio Ferdinand.
No, I know who all these people are.
Back. Take it back.
He was out here defending somebody the other day. Don't worry, I want to find it.
They used to throw banana peels onto the
Yep.
pitch.
Yeah, that was like
To be
3 years ago
honest-
in Barcelona.
To be honest, it's a madness.
I mean, it was
don't
only a
know.
few months ago when Raheem Sterling was getting abuse in Chelsea. So I mean,
It's just
this
disgusting.
is what happens in football. These
He's the
guys are
most
going and
abused
drink.
footballer.
These guys go and drink beer and they go in and act the fool.
They act like your boss.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not
what it is.
it's not the same thing. It's really
always
not.
alcohol induced.
Like he's never gonna go to a football match. He'll watch a rugby match.
Oh yeah, there's levels.
It's different. Yeah, it's different.
I just feel like it's I don't know. There needs to be.
England has to be careful because it's weird them acting like they are the superior in moral superiority in the situation, because even in the Premier League it's not perfect.
No.
People know a little bit better how to behave, but to be fair, it's not where it needs to be. So to go to Bulgaria and tell them, who are probably just like 5 or 10 years behind, I mean, fix your own thing first.
But I think also this needs to be addressed. I think everything needs to be addressed. It's not like in stages. It's not like, okay, let's leave everybody else until we get ours perfect and then go and tell everybody. They can all get their
John
lives
Barnes.
together.
Sorry.
I don't know who John
Oh,
Barnes
John
is.
Barnes.
I couldn't have helped you.
Sorry, that's what I mean.
You don't know who John Barnes is?
I haven't got a clue.
Lord have mercy, it's Black History Month, man.
I'm so sorry. I learned about him today. Tell me.
Born in Kingston, Jamaica, Barnes moved to England with his family at the start of the 1980s. Scouted by
Can I see his
Watford.
face?
He doesn't look like this anymore. I'll get it for you. Sorry, continue. You're basically saying that we can't just wait to fix things here and then take it abroad. We have to fix things now.
All together.
It's gonna be hard to fix it in Europe because most of these countries don't have any black people anyway.
But can't there be like some sort of like service level agreement? Like, we're only going to come and play in your country
Yes.
if you can abide by these rules.
Yeah.
If you can't abide, we're not going to play in your country.
No.
Can't that exist?
I mean, that's gonna be quite difficult. I'm sure it can exist, but that's gonna be very difficult.
Didn't one of the teams in the World Cup refuse to go and play in it wasn't in the World Cup, or it was somewhere, refused to go and play in a country. I know him. I know him. I know his face. Yeah, I know him. I just know his name.
Sorry, everyone. I call him John Terry, but I want to take that out of the podcast.
But
Really good.
didn't
John
one of the
Terry,
didn't one of the countries decide not to play in one of the teams decide not to play in a country because they don't accept gay?
Oh, playing in Russia.
Yes,
the World Cup.
about gay.
Oh, sorry,
rights.
was it World Cup or Euros?
It was
I
a
don't
World
know.
Cup.
World Cup, yeah.
Loads of people.
Most people were talking about that. Yeah,
exactly.
They all went anyway. So
Did they? Oh,
Did they all go?
everyone went.
All the
sure?
teams went.
Everyone went.
Oh wow. I mean,
Everyone went, and there were no problems.
yeah. I mean,
None.
Probably because they were threatened. I mean, this is Russia, guys.
yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I mean,
there needs to be
none of us
something.
have been to Russia, so we don't even know that.
I've been to Russia.
And was it bad?
See, I haven't been to Russia, but I could have been.
So, Reese hasn't been to Russia, but we're just trying. She's trying to tell Lyndon that she could have been to Russia. You don't know what's in her passport.
Right. She hasn't been to Russia, which means I was
Yet.
correct.
I haven't been to Russia yet.
Okay. Well, I don't have any intentions to go to Russia, to be honest. in
Nope,
the near
not one neither do I.
future.
There's 2 places I don't ever want to go.
Where's the
Three.
other place?
Russia, India, and Australia.
You don't want to go to India?
I don't want to go to India.
Why?
I just don't feel like going.
You don't feel like it. That's what I say in the morning. I don't want to go to work. I don't
feel like going to
Listen,
India.
I've had enough of your behaviour. I don't.
I
feel
just
like
never
it.
The
thought-
whole of India, you don't want
The
to go.
whole of India, I don't want to go.
Okay. Wow.
The whole of Australia, I don't want to touch it
Because of the spiders.
because of every animal.
Listen, I'm learning so much about you today.
And then
Before
Russia,
today,
I have
thought you
no,
weren't scared of
I have no
anything.
reason to go and freeze
Maybe we should just
and
take
deal with
Black No
racism.
Filter to Russia.
When- never.
No. It's very cold.
It'll
and
be
I
two
don't like
people.
the cold.
It'll be two people, and you will have nothing to record.
Who's the
with.
second person that's going to be in Russia?
You two will be in
Nope.
Russia.
I said I don't like the cold. I said
Okay.
that.
You never know.
Yeah, never.
Well, guys, I don't know. I don't know what they should do to you. I was going to say Siberia, but it's not. It's Bulgaria. Bulgaria?
The thing is, though, England won 6-0, so it really doesn't matter.
But that's not
That's
the
not the
answer,
point.
Because
that's
actually...
not the point because
if
England
they had
could have
lost?
lost. It doesn't actually matter.
If they had lost,
What
it'd be
if they had
completely
lost? Then
different.
what? I think
It'll be completely
whether they win or
different.
they
You're
not,
absolutely
they
right.
lose, that's something completely different. I think they need to deal with the attitude. Yeah, the attitude. Yeah, no. There should be, and the repercussions should fall on the team and its supporters. It shouldn't really. England or the other team should never have to face them.
Listen, it's really simple, I think. Just dash out the racist.
So, do you agree with Angela then that when it comes to things like this, there should be some sort of like process and protocol, and then the next escalation is actually we're going to ask
Dash them
everyone
out.
to leave the stadium, and then you're out.
Dash them out.
In fact, it should only be the supporters for that team. Now, and actually, the team should feel it now because you're going to play without any supporters because
Yeah.
your supporters are madness.
Yeah, I agree. Because by then the ticket sales have already come in. They've already purchased tickets to come. They're not technically going to lose any money, are they?
No.
So there's no financial repercussions if they ask people to leave.
No, they shouldn't be allowed to buy tickets.
What in future?
So UEFA are going to feel it too.
Like, you know how in the game, if you get 2 yellow cards, it's a red card and you can't play for the next game?
Mm-hmm.
I think if you have racist supporters that time, they're banned for the
I
next
thought that
game.
was already the rule. I thought that was the rule.
It's
Like
not
you
already
get
the rule.
banned.
It's not.
Is it not?
No.
Oh.
Should be. Well, I don't think it
Yeah,
is.
I think they should get banned. Maybe you can't kick them all out then.
Have you ever
But for
heard
next
of
game,
a
they
team
have
being
loads of fans.
fans being banned? Never.
I feel like I
They're
have.
definitely,
I don't know.
but they've definitely been racist. So
I mean, I think fans have always been like racist, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Basically, I think the situation is, and I think, the solution to everything that we're talking about, whether you're a pro athlete or you're not, is actually, I think we just need to have like a process and protocol that's implemented, and people need to not be scared to like. People need to feel like the repercussions of their actions, like wherever you are. And then if we do that, then I think people's behavior will start to change, rightly or wrongly. Like you're either changing because you're scared of the repercussions and you want to still do something that's fun or whatever, or you're changing because now you've learnt about your actions. I think what UEFA want to do is tell people. I think what UEFA want is people to say, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I didn't realize I shouldn't be racist. Thanks for letting me know." They're grown
UEFA
men.
do not really care, but they've been forced to deal with it
Forced by whom?
by the media, by people.
I don't think they've been forced by the media. If you
I mean, not me. I mean, yeah, no, the media. Who else is telling them to do anything?
I don't know.
If
other
they didn't, if no
athletes?
one was putting pressure on them to do something, they wouldn't be doing anything.
Well, I mean, people might say they're not doing anything now. What are they doing? There's no
They've-
process.
Right, there's a new protocol that it just started like about this week, I guess.
Okay.
So it just started. That's why they're starting to do something now. It's not enough, but they're just starting.
Okay, so it's a stepping stone.
What did the black players say about it afterwards, after the game? Did they give any commentary or anything like
Yeah,
that?
Tyrone Mings did an interview.
Aww.
Yeah, it was his first England game. He just said, yeah, he just basically recalled what happened. He didn't really give any feelings to it.
I'm sure they were all told not to speak to the media, to be very honest with you.
And do you know what would really annoy me? If in the changing rooms, the manager was like, "Listen, guys, they might have done what they did, but we won. Was it 6-0?
Yeah.
We won 6-0. Don't
No,
tell me
no,
how
no,
it's
no,
not.
no,
It's
you
not
don't-
like
yes,
that.
okay,
It's
I-
not like
that-
that, actually.
Southgate isn't like that.
Okay.
No, not at all. Like, he
yeah.
doesn't come across like that at all. He's not. I don't think he's there. Like, I think he's actually there to represent the players. That's how I think he comes
Okay,
across. He's
cool.
quite genuine.
All right then.
But it doesn't matter. Like, you can be genuine, you can be sorry. They're not calling you a monkey. Do you know what I mean? They're not doing Nazi salutes to you. Not that the Nazi salutes probably even bother them. It's just disrespectful and stupid.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
They look really stupid as well.
You know, that's who I want to slap. The whole of the Bulgarian fans, all of you together,
Yeah.
united. Okay, you all deserve a
and
slap.
that's a shame that it was actually the national team. You couldn't even put it down to like, oh, it's this team. No, it's the actual.
Well, they were
national
trying to
team.
say, I don't know how they find this out. You see how the media spin stories? They're trying to say it was a particular group of fans from a particular place.
It was.
Bulgaria.
It was. Well, I don't know about the particular group of.
That's what they said.
It was one group. It was one main group of people that were all wearing black. It was all them. But the Bulgarian manager, was angry with UEFA about it, saying that England need to sort out their problems, which is true.
That's a fair
But
comment.
at the same time, you don't get to say anything about anyone
Don't
else
deflect, exactly.
when you've got
He
fans
has
in
to
there.
deflect. He's got nothing else to say.
I just don't understand why he's being so angry about it. Like, oh, England are just as bad. Well, no, not quite as bad.
Not just
We have
as
our
bad.
issues, but you got issues too. Deal with those issues.
That's true. I agree, but that's where my slap goes to this episode. I've had enough of them. Made me feel angry. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe because my brothers are getting older, and the more I just feel like they're gonna be entering the world of work very soon, and I just get very protective of the things that they're gonna have to encounter and go through. And it just really frustrates me. I don't know. That's where I am.
Yeah, I don't really get that angry anymore.
You're quite laid back about these things, Lyndon, though.
I've seen it all.
You've seen it all before. I told you, I don't have that capacity. I'd be on Basketball Wives with Angela. Well, Angela would be watching, and I'd be on it. I'd be flipping a table.
You can't be angry
There you
slapping
go.
everybody. It's not going to change anything, is it?
Pouring drink.
You
It doesn't
can't
change
just.
anything, but do you know what? It makes me feel better in the moment.
It doesn't.
In the moment, it does.
Okay.
Listen, you change all of that angry energy into kinetic energy.
Come on, scientist.
Baby, my mum paid school fees. Hi. And that, my friend, is how you feel better.
Yeah,
No,
no.
I'm
Do you
joking.
know why?
I don't think any of that
that
really feel. I mean, okay, it probably will make you feel better,
In the
but
moment, but it's never.
I
worth it.
expect better from everyone else.
Yeah.
And if they're not meeting a certain standard, I'm going to say something about it and then leave it.
Boys and girls, be like Lyndon again.
Yeah. No, to be honest, and don't follow my advice because trust and believe,
Don't
I'm not
follow my
flipping
advice.
any tables anywhere.
I'm going to flip tables and then I'm going to be in trouble.
It's all right.
But yeah, no, it's not. Lyndon, you're absolutely correct. But some of us are more emotionally driven than you. Some of us need a bit more prayer.
Lyndon, who you want to slap?
Oh, I know who you can slap.
Who?
Have you seen this? Your favourite person, the woman from... Oh, it really upsets me, from Jane the Virgin.
Oh, her!
she back
Oh,
again?
I will
What's
slap
she
her every.
doing?
What's she saying
She
now?
back again?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
No,
Why am I slapping her?
She
Why?
was singing the N-word when she was listening to Ready or Not. by
Of
the
course she was.
Fugees.
Of
When
course she
getting
was.
Her makeup done, and
Of
then
course she
she had to
was.
apologise after fans called her out.
Of course she was.
doing?
She was getting her makeup done and she was singing the Fugees song "Ready or Not, Here I Come," and she said the N-word.
Where is that? Where's the
Probably somewhere in the verses. I don't know.
It was
No,
on
but
Instagram Live.
What part has I can't remember. There
You
being
probably
the
heard
N-word in
you
it.
probably heard the clean
I
version.
don't know, Angela.
Oh yes, I have heard the
I don't know, but
Sorry.
it doesn't matter because she apologised, which means she did it. Yeah, apologize if you didn't do anything wrong. She goes,
That
"Oh,
woman, she just needs to be.
Listen,
get off live stream,
listen.
get off everything.
I cannot stand that woman
I know
or
you
anything
Sad,
she's in.
'cause You know what?
Really
I really
upsets
wanted
me.
to like.
Why?
her,
Because of
but
Jane the Virgin.
Yeah,
You
I
fell
wanted
for that
to
show.
Like her initially.
Oh god.
She fell
What do
for
you mean
that
I fell for
It's
the
not
How you
show?
fall for that show,
What
man?
do you mean I didn't fall? What do you mean I
Rubbish.
fell for it?
She's rubbish.
I'm not in the sunken place, Lyndon. Don't say. I feel like you're telling me you fell
She
for
was
that
a,
show.
she was a good actress. To be very honest.
Only in Jane the Virgin. She was
Yeah.
awful in the other Netflix film.
I don't know. I never
It was
watched
Yeah,
it.
terrible. I
yeah.
watched it.
Stephanie made me watch that Netflix
No, she
film.
didn't.
It was
You watched it by
horrendous.
yourself.
It was horrendous. I was very angry.
You watched that film because you
I
wanted
was
to watch the
very,
film.
very angry.
It
I watched
wasn't
that
a good
film.
film.
Netflix
It was
film.
very bad.
You don't have Netflix, so I don't know why.
I do
You
have
don't
Netflix.
have Netflix?
Do
What?
you?
Why you say I don't have Netflix?
I didn't even know you really watch TV, Angela.
I have Netflix. I just tend to watch Amazon Prime more.
Oh.
I just don't. I don't have Netflix
There's a
though.
film about her breaking up with her boyfriend and moving on from it. She's got the girl from She's Got to Have It In, and who is it? Not Kirsten. What's her name? What's the blonde girl called?
I don't remember.
You don't care. It's a film about three girls. It's not very good. It's not very well written. It's all a bit random, and it ends in a very random way. And she's in it, and it just doesn't make any sense.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah, no, it's
She's
a
in
waste of
another
time.
film with Anthony Mackie. I haven't seen it yet because I don't want to.
What's that film called?
I don't remember.
Listen, in a
I just
world
remember
where
that she's
I
in
haven't
it.
seen the Beyonce Homecoming
What?
documentary.
Still?
I don't have time to watch these.
And that's why I didn't think
Latino-
Yeah,
Whenever
Netflix.
someone wants to cry about their race and relate it to blackness or delete blackness when they're talking about themselves, I have no time for them. But she wants to say the N-word though. That's who I'm slapping. Thank you very much for that.
But let's just remember that she needs prayer.
I don't care about her and her prayer. She's getting a slap.
Wow.
She's getting a slap.
Ooh, okay.
Can we
You
just?
slap someone and pray for them.
Yeah, we
No,
can.
I'm not praying for her.
That's what God would do. We need
God
to
would
be
not pray for anybody. God would just change someone. God don't need to pray for nobody.
Oh my gosh, no, actually.
What's her name? What's her name again? What's her full name?
Lyndon.
Is it Gina Rodriguez or something like that?
That is her
Gina
name.
Rodriguez.
Oh,
That's
I thought
it.
it wasn't-
Slapping Gina Rodriguez from Jane the Virgin. I don't like her.
You
At
haven't
all.
liked her for a long time, to be
Oh,
honest.
I really don't like her.
All right, let's move on to who we clapping for.
But
Who we clapping for, guys?
once again,
No, sorry.
okay, I'll tell you who I'm clapping for. You go first.
No, I don't want to. I asked a question.
I actually, to be honest, I'm not gonna go first because I haven't thought about who I'm gonna clap for.
Okay, I've got two people I could clap for.
Go
but
for it,
You go
Nathan.
first before I might teeth yours.
It's okay, I don't mind.
Simone Biles.
Oh yeah,
Fantastic gymnastics.
I love watching
She's
her.
like pocky. She's pint sized, you know.
Yeah, the little like 4'11" or something like that. Innit?
Wow.
But I feel like short people can move better.
Here we go. Because of their center of gravity.
That I wasn't going to say that, but I feel like they have shorter limbs and more control.
Do they have shorter limbs?
Well, if you're shorter, I mean,
yeah.
I mean,
You can't have longer limbs.
you have long limbs.
Some people have long limbs and they're short.
Yeah, but if you're 4'11", you got short limbs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you got no torso.
Yeah, it's true actually. Yeah.
I don't think she's got a torso, by the way. guys. I'm not joking. Have you
She's
watched
just
her
legs.
flip in the air? It's a madness. You just see this thing running and jumping and turning and turning and turning. That girl's got the strongest legs I have ever seen in my life.
She's ridiculous, man. She's actually ridiculous.
How many medals has she got?
A lot. All of them.
24.
All of them.
It's a whole lot. She's fantastic. And also there's a video of her boyfriend cheering her on, and it's just the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's lovely.
Is she old enough to have a boyfriend? How old is she?
She's old now. Did you say she loved?
You're rude. You're
Who did she say that
exceptionally
she really,
rude.
really liked? Chris Brown. The last time round.
I don't know, but she has a whole boyfriend.
Oh yeah, that was low. That was in.
I didn't know nothing about that.
And I think he's also, this is a bit rude, pocket size as well.
What? Why not?
What? Yeah,
Why
exactly.
not? I'm here for pocket size love.
His name is Stacey Irvin Jr.
Oh, it's
Actually, that's
definitely-
for like, wow, he's not pocket size at all. Actually, Angela, he's really tall. Actually, look.
No, he looks tall next to her though.
black.
Let me see.
Yeah, he's
of course, he's black.
Oh,
His
what
name's
is
what?
Gonna be white.
His name was Stacey Irving Jr.
Why do you think he wasn't black?
Wasn't she the one that? Can I see the picture?
Okay, he's not. Okay, he's kind of big actually.
No, he is big.
He's a big dude.
He's big. He's a big guy.
He's a
But
big
if she's
guy.
4 foot something, he might just be 5'5".
You're rude. He's not 5'5". I want to tell you exactly how tall he is in a second.
How you gonna find out?
He's I think he's like such an adorable boyfriend. He posts such nice messages of her every single time.
She just doesn't look old enough to have a boyfriend.
I think she does, Lyndon.
I think she does. I think she does.
Stacey, what's his name? Irvin. Look, someone's googled Stacey Irvin heights. The world wants to know. Oh, guys, he's only 5'8".
I told you. These
You see that picture.
out
That
here.
picture makes him look bigger than me, right?
course.
That picture makes him look bigger than me.
Of course.
I'm 2 inches at least
But
taller
you
than
know
him.
what? If you go and stand next to a 4 foot what? 4 foot 1.
When's the last time you saw someone that's
She's not
4'11"?
4'1" is not. Is a
4'11".
midget.
4 foot
Stop
11,
it.
yeah.
When's the last time you saw someone that's 4'11"?
I saw a
I
very
know,
short
I
guy
have.
today on my way to Liverpool
Was he
Street.
4'11"?
Yeah, he was short. I was very surprised. I said, "Why has that child got no hair?" Then I realised he was a man.
You did not
and he was
say
bald.
that.
No, in my head.
Why is that
I was
child
so
got no-
surprised. I thought that's such. Why's that kid shed all his hair off? How silly! And then I realised I was like,
That's
"That's
so
a full
wild.
man."
That's
He's
so
5'8".
wild.
He looks 6 foot.
Do you know he's a wrestler? Her
7.
boyfriend. He's a wrestler, Stacey Irvin Jr.
There's other people that need to have low centers of gravity as well.
I've had enough of this.
Listen, if
bad
you're
science.
super tall, you'll be easy to push over. Yeah,
Okay, center of gravity.
yeah, that's true.
Anyway, yep, I'm all here for that. He looks like he should be on what's that? What is that huge TV show that was on Disney and it launched or catapulted the careers of
High School Musical.
Thank you.
There we
Thank
go.
you. He looks like he should be on
I
High
was
School
there with you. I was just
Musical.
trying
You
to
think he
search
looks
through my phone.
you mean he looks like Corbin Blue?
It's
Yeah.
the smile, but it's also the smile. He looks
It's a
like
very
the
Disney
all-American.
smile. Yeah.
Hi, I'm the wrestler, and I'm here. Like he just looks like an all-American. I don't know. Mm-hmm. He's gonna battle with steroid use, but he's gonna overcome, and he's
Not
gonna
steroid
realize that
use. I
being a
refuse that in
vegan
the
is the
name
best
of
way to be a
Jesus.
wrestler. Sorry, guys. All right,
You know,
that's
there's so many celebrities that are just really short.
guys, that's a separate podcast.
That's
please.
not a podcast.
I'm just
What
gonna
is
start, and
really-
I
what is
can't.
We'll talk about height.
I can't
next
talk about
time.
height. We'll talk about being black and height next episode.
Oh my.
Just height.
Who's your second person, Lyndon?
What?
You wanna clap for?
Why
You
am
said
I?
two
Why
people.
do I need two people?
Because you said you had two.
No.
That's why.
Oh, I was just leaving one for you.
Oh.
I don't know who you want to clap for.
I want to clap for the person that I know the most about.
Y'all make this really hard to edit. Just gonna let you guys know.
Do you know what, guys? I'm really not out here watching what's happening in the world.
Okay, so Angela, you need to watch what's happening in the world.
Yeah, no, I will do. That's my homework for next time.
Great, because next time it's you.
No, that next time is Lyndon.
No, it's not. I want to clap for Bridget Koski.
Who is that?
Oh, I'm really sorry if I pronounced your name incorrectly. She's just broken the new world record for women's marathon. I believe she's Kenyan. Let me fact check that.
I've got someone to clap for.
Can I? Wait, fam.
No, I'm just letting you
You're
know.
gonna have to.
I'm just letting you know. Don't worry.
Yeah, she's a Kenyan marathon runner, and she's, oh my goodness, she's like, wow, she's fantastic. Oh my gosh, she's so young. She's born in 1994. Quick, how old is she? Quick math.
She is
25.
25.
Yeah.
My goodness. That's amazing. Anyway, so she's the current marathon world record holder for women running in a mixed sex race with a time of 2 hours and 14 minutes at the Chicago Marathon. That's out of control. And so she beat the world record that's been held for 16 years by 1 minute and 24 seconds. That's amazing. And the Chicago won by 3 minutes and 14 seconds. That's fantastic. She's 25. She's so young. My God. Yeah, I just want to shout out Black excellence, to be honest with you. So yeah, clap for yourself. And you've done well. Represent the whole of East Africa. Not even Kenya, East Africa. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
Put them on the map.
I don't know. They've already been on the map for
I'm just,
long
that
distance.
was facetious. I was being sarcastic, guys. I was waiting for Angela, but she didn't tell me anything.
What about what?
You missed it, don't worry.
Guys, so I've come to tell you about something. I would like to clap for, you guessed it, Rwanda.
After we prompted
Don't
you, yeah?
sigh. Don't sigh.
feel like
Do
you
you know
clapped
why?
them
Do you know,
already.
because all of these things don't sit at the front of my mind. Do you know what's in the front of my mind? How am I going to make it for another day? How am I
Your
not
life
gonna-
is not that hard.
Yes.
Angela,
How am I?
you're not
how
on the
am I going
breadline.
to? How am I going to not be late to work tomorrow?
That's the
and
point.
how am I going?
Well,
to
you do that by
circumcise?
getting up.
Yeah. So.
Getting up in the morning.
Yeah,
That's
no,
how you do
I do. It's not getting up; it's getting up earlier. But actually, then I have to search at the back of my mind for things like this. But Rwanda,
Yeah.
in this last week, actually on the 8th of on my birthday, came up at Rwanda. Jesus is Lord. Rwanda unleashes first smartphone made entirely in Africa.
Yeah, that's sick. Clap for yourself. I saw that, and I thought that was
They what? They did
fantastic.
what?
Go on, Rwanda, and
Made
they
in Rwanda smartphone.
yeah, the first smartphone.
Made in Africa.
Yeah, with all the parts made entirely in Africa.
Oh, all right.
Sick.
So please, someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think
No, you're
they
not.
they excluded more. Some smartphones had been made in Morocco, I think, and Egypt, but not all parts had been made in Africa. But Rwanda unleashed the first smartphone made entirely in Africa.
Which phone is it so I know not to buy it?
Rah,
joking.
haters!
I'm joking.
Haters gonna
Which
hate.
phone? Which
Buy
phone?
the
Which
one
phone?
that's made entirely in Jamaica.
Which phone?
Is I'm gonna check what the phone is. It's Mara X. Mara X, Marax, and Z. There's a Mara Z.
So is Mara a Rwandan company?
I guess so.
I mean, you can't just guess so.
So I'm just
No, they're
reading
not. They're based in
deeper.
Dubai. Sorry.
Okay then.
But they've opened their first phone factory in Kigali
Yep.
last week, and then they're opening a second one in Durban, South Africa. But you know what? To be honest with you, Rwanda is doing bits with technology because you guys are out here winning all kinds of awards for women in technology as well. I saw that the other day.
The ratio of women to men in parliament as well.
That's fantastic.
Sound like Jamaica.
I need to get. Oh!
Sounds a little bit like Jamaica.
Thanks. So I'd like to clap for you. Want to clap for Jamaica? We'll give you a chance.
Nah,
Clap for
Clap for
Rwanda.
yourself, Rwanda. That's sick though, Angela. Well done.
I don't know why I was hating. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I have nothing to hate.
I have
okay.
never heard Linda say I'm sorry. I've never heard that.
I had no I just realised I had no reason to hate on Rwanda at all.
Wow, I've never heard Linda say
I
that.
don't.
He's sorry ever.
It's okay. Rwanda accepts your apology.
Thank you. And here we go.
All right, guys, we're out.
Peace out.
So I have to say.
Oh, it's too late.